On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
Do the ceremony, you could do all of, like, for what reason are you
I agree
declining
with
the
you,
benefits?
y'all.
Like, what reason are you
I
declining
never
the benefits?
did it.
Oh no, go ahead, Crimson.
I never did it. I was married for 20 years until my husband passed away, right? We never went to the state to do that. We went to the masjid in front of my family, in front of his family, in front of the Muslims, and we was recognized as a married couple. He actually asked me, he said, do you want to go down to the Justice of the Peace to get married? I said, no, I don't, because the state of Illinois ain't got nothing to do with what we doing. He said, well, be a little bit more specific. Why not? At the time, I had outstanding student debt. Illinois is a shared debt state. If I were to have married him by law, he would have taken on that debt and it would have sunk us because it was too much for his income at that time. But if I may,
Because of them benefits.
I never said that there were
I
never said that there were no
Absolutely.
legal benefits.
Go ahead, Crimson.
I don't think I said that.
Mm-hmm.
If I said that, run the tape back. But I don't.
You
I
didn't
don't
say
actually
that.
think that I said
You didn't
that.
say that.
But if marriage through the state is the only kind that we're ever going to recognize, how was people getting married before there was a United States of America?
Exactly.
But see, that's the key, though, is that
agree.
it's a lot of things that we didn't do a long time ago. That as we became more civilized, as we became more educated, as we
civilized.
yeah, because it used to be a free for all, right? Let's just be real.
Civilized.
Hold on, okay. Let me just cook. My point is that the more we know, we start to make more informed decisions and we evolve. When we first invented the gas car, nobody thought that they needed a seatbelt. We all know that it's probably best for you to wear a seatbelt so you don't end up out of the windshield. Right. As we evolve and as we learn more, as we experience life, hopefully we evolve to become better versions of ourselves, or we use the insight that we've had from yesteryear in order to make better decisions long term. That's the whole reason why we have laws, right? Otherwise, who's to determine exactly how it is that you deal with certain things? And that doesn't mean that we're perfect. It doesn't mean that we know everything, that we're not still evolving. But, when somebody stole something back in the day, you get your arm chopped off. Now we're a little bit more civilized in that, right? We make better decisions based off of more informed circumstances based off of the history that we come from. So my point is that, it's not just about looking at it in a vacuum. It's about, paying attention to exactly why we've gotten to where we are and why we make the decisions that we make. But to answer the question specifically, yes, it is a business and you cannot separate it. And a matter of fact, it's a business first. Marriage is a business first. Even if you look at other cultures, they understand that marriages, you had to pay a dowry just to even be able to marry.
My dad still has a dowry for whoever I marry.
Anton, you don't think that?
Where are you from, Kayla?
I'm from Georgia.
Anton, you don't think that like marriages outside of the United States are valid?
No, they have a contract of that land, whatever the rules and laws are in that country. Every country is different.
Kayla, I get what you're saying.
Every country is different. But the thing is why do people have a problem? But why do people have a problem with the contract? You need a contract to get a cell phone.
I don't have
a contract to get a house. You need a contract to get a job.
I don't have
the government takes money out of your check before you get the money.
I don't have a problem with the contract.
A marriage,
one at a time.
You don't want to do the contract?
I don't have a problem with the contract because I always bring up this example. Like, you can be the best driver in the world. If you don't have a license, it's going to be a problem. So I get it. I get you. And I'm with you on that. I'm just saying that, like, Crimson brought up a point, and I thought about it culturally in terms of just different, people's beliefs and whatnot. I'm never going to diminish somebody else's thought process or beliefs or whatever just because they choose not to have the government contract. Now, me personally, yeah, I'm going to be married. Like, I'm not just going to be like, this is, something we're thinking about. No, I personally definitely agree. But I'm just saying that I can understand, and I would never diminish someone else who who does not believe in the institution of marriage within America. I'm never gonna S-word on that because I get it. I get it. So
But we
I
in
get
America,
what you're saying,
though.
Kayla, I agree because, like I said, my number one like parallel is, oh, you could drive, you could be the best driver, but if you don't have a license, you're still gonna get a ticket, right? So it's just, I get that, and I agree with you, but I also
But how does that not apply to everything else?
You don't have to live here though. You know,
But
it's
wait,
like
but-
you can
but-
go and live if you don't like the laws here and the rules here. You know, you can
No,
go live.
no, not even that, Kayla.
Well, what?
No, wait,
Hold
Kayla.
on.
Not even that. 'Cause that's not
Kayla,
what she's
though,
saying.
but
What she's
I don't know
saying
why
is, hold on,
Kay. Hold on, Kay.
what
Let
she's
Rilla.
saying,
I don't know why
no.
people think
If she's
immigration.
saying, wait, Kay.
Hello.
What she's saying, Kayla, what Kay is saying is, I don't want you to go anywhere else. I want you to be here and maintain your beliefs. And if you think the only thing you need to go do is get married in front of a rock, in your eyes and that rock, you have a holy matrimony. And why shouldn't the state recognize that? And why shouldn't the rest of us recognize that? Yet and still, Kay, you just said, if I get on Lakeshore Drive and I'm driving, is anybody else hearing Kay said?
I said Lakeshore Drive.
My goodness gracious! Did anybody else hear Kay say? Did anybody else hear Kay say specifically that I understand that you have to have a driver's license to drive in the land?
You're right, Chicago.
The fuck is we talking about?
Chicago.
We do this like every week. We doing this. The fuck is we talking about?
So my only question is, why not? You know what I mean? Like, why not? What is the actual, like, you could do the ceremony, you could do all of, like, for what reason are you declining the benefits? Like, what reason are you declining
I never
the benefits?
did it.
Oh, no, go ahead, Crimson.
I never did it. I was married for 20 years until my husband passed away, right? We never went to the state to do that. We went to the masjid in front of my family, in front of his family, in front of the Muslims, and we was recognized as a married couple. He actually asked me, he said, do you want to go down to the Justice of the Peace to get married? I said, no, I don't, because the state of Illinois ain't got nothing to do with what we doing. He said, well, be a little bit more specific. Why not? At the time, I had outstanding student debt. Illinois is a shared debt state. If I were to have married him by law, he would have taken on that debt and it would have sunk us because it was too much for his income at that time.